Is ChatGPT Plus really worth $20 a month if you run a business? I paid for it and tested it against the free version to find out. I ran both through the real work I do every week to see whether the paid version earns its money or the free one does everything a business owner really needs. And by the end, there was one feature that made the decision easy, and one I realized I didn't need at all. First, what are you paying for? The free version of ChatGPT is genuinely good, and for a lot of people it's enough, but it caps you after around 10 messages on the best model, then drops you down to a weaker one, and in some countries it now shows ads at the bottom of your answers. You can still do a fair bit on the free plan, such as uploading a file, making an image, and even using custom tools others have built. Where it holds you back is volume and depth, exactly the moment you start using it for more intense work. $20 a month gets you the better model, much higher limits, no ads, and a handful of tools the free version doesn't have. But do these extras actually help with running your business? I started with the everyday writing every business owner deals with, like emails, marketing copy, and quick proposals. I gave the exact same job to both versions to see if the paid one was any better. Both handled it fine, and for a simple email, you might not notice a difference at all. But the more detailed my request got, the more the paid version pulled ahead. It followed longer instructions properly and needed fewer goes to give me a response I'd actually send. The free version got there too, but it just took more back and forth to get there. The clearest example was a bigger job. I asked both versions to write a full client proposal with a set budget, 3 package options, and a specific tone, all in one go. The paid version laid it out cleanly on the first try, while the free one dropped a package and I had to ask twice to fix the tone. On small jobs, it's a coin toss, but the harder the task, the more that $20 shows up in the result. The next feature is where the paid version stopped feeling like a chatbot and started feeling like an assistant. On the paid plan, you can build your own custom GPTs, basically little versions of ChatGPT set up for one job, with your instructions built in. I made one for writing in my brand voice. Instead of re-explaining how I like my writing done every single time, it just remembered. I also use projects to keep all the work for one client in one place, so ChatGPT had the full background every time I opened it. If you do the same kind of task over and over, this on its own is a strong reason to pay. It's also the clearest line between free and paid, because on the free version, you can use other people's custom GPTs, but you can't build your own. I didn't stop at one either. I built a second GPT to handle first draft replies to customer emails, set up with the way I actually talk to my customers, and a third for brainstorming content ideas in my niche. Once they were ready, I wasn't really writing prompts anymore, just giving quick instructions to tools that already knew the job. For repetitive work, that's the single biggest reason I'd hand over the money. Next was the feature I ended up using far more than I expected, which was reading documents. Every week I get long reports, contracts, and spreadsheets I don't have time to go through properly, so I started handing them to ChatGPT instead. It read the whole document and gave me a summary I could actually trust, and then I could ask follow-up questions about specific parts without reading the rest myself. The free version can do this too, but with tighter limits on how much you can upload at once. So for anything document heavy, the paid version is the one that keeps up. On one contract, it flagged an auto-renew clause I'd skimmed straight past, and when I asked what would happen if I canceled late, it explained it in plain terms. That's the kind of small catch that saves you real money, and it turned a job I used to dread into a 2-minute one. The last feature I tested was making images, which I honestly wasn't expecting much from. I asked for the kind of quick graphic a small business actually needs day to day. For a fast draft, it was good, and for a quick social post, it saved me opening anything else. But I wouldn't cancel Canva just yet. The moment I needed exact brand colors, a specific size, or something I could keep editing afterwards. ChatGPT struggled. So treat ChatGPT's images as handy for rough drafts, not as a full replacement. It's a real time saver for the quick throwaway visuals you'd never pay a designer for. But for anything that carries your brand and goes in front of customers, I'd still build it properly. So after testing both, did the paid version actually save me time? It did, but not the way I expected. It wasn't one standout feature. It was that a job which used to need 3 separate tools could now happen in one place, and the answers came back needing less fixing before I could use them. The biggest wins were the long writing, the document reading, and those custom GPTs I stopped having to explain from scratch. Jobs that used to spread across a whole morning were taking a fraction of the time, and I noticed I was reaching for the paid version without thinking about it. That's usually the sign a tool has earned its place, rather than just sitting in your subscriptions draining money. So, is it actually worth you paying $20 a month for ChatGPT Plus? Here's my honest take. If you only use AI now and then, the odd email or a quick question, the free version is fine, and I wouldn't pay for the upgrade. But if AI has become part of how you actually run your business, whether that's writing, planning, reading documents, or dealing with clients, the paid features start earning their money surprisingly fast. $20 is roughly 1 hour of most people's time, and over a week it saved me a lot more than an hour. The one bit of advice I'd add is don't pay for it on day one. Start on the free version, use it properly for a week, and upgrade only when you keep bumping into the limits. If you never hit them, you've got your answer, and you've kept your $20. None of this runs your business for you. ChatGPT still got plenty wrong. It still needed checking, and the moment a real client was on the other end, I wanted my own words, not AI's. What $20 really buys you isn't a business owner in a box. It's a faster, sharper version of the busy work. So you get more time back for the parts only you can do. So are you on the free or paid version of ChatGPT right now? And what would it take to make you upgrade or to finally cancel? Let me know in the comments. And if this was useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.